Hi everyone, it's John. Today I am diagnosing a 2006 Toyota Generation 2 Prius. The customer called and asked why there was a big red triangle on the dash. Some people will call this the triangle of death. Most of the time people will think that it needs a hybrid battery immediately. A lot of the time that's not the case. So we came out here to diagnose the vehicle, see what was actually going on. He said he wasn't worried about the rest of the lights on the dash. So over here I'm using TechStream. This is the best scan tool to use for all Toyota vehicles. As you can see here in the hybrid control computer, that's why that red triangle is on. In the hybrid control computer we have this code here, P0A93. And if I click on it and I let it load for a second, we'll see that it's not a hybrid battery. It's actually a inverter coolant pump. Right here, P0A93 inverter cooling system performance. And you can identify this by also looking at the inverter cooling reservoir right here. The fluid in here should be moving around. So today I'm going to teach you how to fix this code. Right down here, this is the inverter pump. I got this part. It is a Toyota genuine inverter pump for a 2006 Toyota Prius. You definitely don't want to get aftermarket for this part. If you do get aftermarket, they end up getting shorted out. They blow this fuse in here. The aftermarket ones will blow this fuse here, the AM2 fuse, and then you'll get no power to the car at all. So you want to be careful if you get aftermarket parts in there. But anyway, let's get started. So what I do first is I'll take this bracket off right here. And you can see in there that it'll just make it a little easier for me to get to it. So and I usually take this fuse box cover off because it makes it easier to get my ratchet in there. There's two bolts on the side as well as the one on the top that I just took off. So there's that. And then put this cover back on so I don't get any coolant in the fuse box. I put my pan down here to catch any coolant that comes out. So I'm going to take this cap off here. This is the inverter cooling right here. It's separate from the engine one, which is here where the radiator is. Take that cap off, and then we'll take this off here. There's going to be a lot of coolant that comes out of here whenever I pull this hose off. So he likes to spray out. There we go, drop it in the pan. And that's how I covered up that fuse box. Okay, I'll just stick this over here. And as it'll keep dribbling out onto that pan down there. Okay. Then I'll take this hose off. I'll use my pliers here to push this hose off. Makes it a little easier than using a pick. There we go. And then all you need to do is get a long extension with a 10mm on it. Get down in here. I'm going to take one bolt and another one and one more here. A little hard to get to on this one, but get to it. And then there is that one plug right there. Right there. So you just squeeze the tab in. A lot of times I'll just do this with the pliers. Squeeze it in. And then you don't want to pull up with the pliers or maybe you'll break the wires on it. So I squeeze with the pliers and pull up on it with my finger. There we go. Plugs off. And then all you got to do, easiest way to get this out is have this one pulled up like this and then out just like that. And then the new one comes with a new bracket on it. But it's harder to get that bracket out, so what I do is I'll just take the new one off the bracket. And then I'll put it in same way I pulled it out. Use the new bolts because they look prettier. Drop that one in. So what I found is kind of easy is take a piece of the glove, stick it on the bolt, put it in there. Now it'll stick. I'll put it right down where I need it to go instead of dropping it again. Look at that, perfect. That's in there. Gotta make sure that one's threaded in correctly. Okay. And pull that out. And I'll tighten this one. 1 and 2 and 3. Then you want to plug it in. Just makes it easier to plug it in before I put the hoses on. It's plugged in there. Then I'll put this hose on this side first. And then I'll take this hose, stick it back in here, it goes back on this plastic holder, stick it on there, and then put the clamp back on. And then before you start the car, make sure to pour all the coolant in and let the air bubbles get out. I'm using a pre-diluted super long life antifreeze by Toyota. It's Toyota specific coolant. You're going to make sure not to use green or orange or blue coolant in here. I would just go with the best option, which is going to be the one from Toyota. It's really about the same price as the others. So wait till the air bubbles get out. So it looks good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the car. And what will happen is the coolant is going to go down. Look at that, that red triangle is already gone. The coolant will go down. So just got to hurry up over here and make sure to fill it back up as it goes down a little bit. Yes, it did go down a bit. You can see in there now that it's pumping, circulating the coolant. And one other thing to check is just to touch that inverter pump, and you can feel that it's vibrating, so it's pushing that coolant around. So everything's hooked up, that plugs in, this hose is on, and that hose is on. And then that's it. I've been letting it run for a bit, just making sure that there's no leaks over here and that it's still at the right level. everything's circulating. It's at the full level. Once you see it start circulating, that means that all the air bubbles have come out. So, and then that's it. Right here at the full line, no leaks. And then I'll put the cap back on. And then, ready to put this thing back on. And that's another job done by Hometown Hybrids.